Welcome back to another episode of Down in 216, hosted by your boy Will here, man. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling today as we get into another interesting video topic? So as we get closer to the trade deadline, it's gonna be a couple veterans that's coming up for deals, and I just wanted to get you guys' opinion and feel y'all temperature on who y'all think should stay and who should go. I know we all love all our players, but with us being 2-5 on the season and really having to look at and evaluate what's going on right now, taking a big evaluation of the Cleveland Browns, we got a lot of rookies doing stuff right now for us. We got Gage Larvin, Dylan Gabriel, we got Quishon Junkins, Mason Graham, Carson Swishinger. Like, those are some of our best players I just named, if not top 15 best players. So shout out to my guys, man. Y'all young boys, we all the same age, y'all in the league. It's inspiring seeing y'all come in and keep the team afloat, or at least making it 10. So appreciate it. Shout out to y'all, man. I hope I tap in with y'all one day. I probably am regardless, but nonetheless, we got some veterans coming up for some deals here. And I ain't even mentioned Harold Fannin Jr. I'm tweaking. Shout out Harold Fannin Jr., man. But David Njoku, speaking of this, David Njoku, how you guys feel about trading David Njoku? What would be the ideal trade package for David Njoku? Is this something we want back, or we look to get picks? How we feel about that? For one, my biggest thing is gonna be, we cannot underestimate his blocking ability. If Harold Fannin Jr. can become a great blocker, I think you gotta franchise that guy. If he can become an elite blocker, you gotta keep him. I think you gotta let Njoku go. It's gonna come down to that. I don't know about his pass blocking grade. I wish I could look that up. Maybe I could. Maybe I might get it and put it in the comment section. I'm gonna try to do that. But regardless of the fact, David Njoku is coming up for his deal. It's gonna be expiring here soon, and Harold Fannin Jr. is outplaying him. Let's just call it a spade what it is. You know, Harold Fannin Jr. is outplaying him. So the biggest concern with Harold Fannin Jr. is just his size. They say he's more like a fullback. So it's like, you can't have two versions of him. But do you need somebody as good as David Njoku as at catching the football when you got Harold Fannin Jr. who can pretty much do the same thing? So maybe you replace him with like a 6th round great pass blocking tight end, great pass blocking, run blocking tight end that can catch the football. Maybe you replace him with that and just feed all those offensive targets and offensive snaps, the screens and all that, you know, those plays developed for David. Just give it to Harold Fannin Jr. because I think he could probably work with it. You know, I know it sounds a little crazy, but you get him the ball in some space, man. He like an oversized running back, man. Harold Fannin Jr. serious, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, his height is my only concern. If he was like 6'3", he'd probably be like a top 2. He'd probably be like a top 5 tight end first year. If he was like 6'5", he'd be a top 5 tight end right now, easily competing with Brock Bowers, easily. Yeah, he's that good. So I think that's my real biggest concern. I think if Harold Fannin Jr. is able to step up and compete, get good at run blocking, pass blocking, maybe we get another guy that's in here that's good at run blocking, pass blocking, and also can catch balls, like, catch balls, maybe three targets a game, you know what I'm saying? And we give Harold Fannin Jr. about 8 targets a game. I would be cool with that. Let Njoku go. Now, what would you want back for Njoku, hypothetically, in that scenario? Is asking for a second a lot? I don't know, man. I would take 2/3 for him. But we don't do shit with 3rd-round picks. So I would prefer a second. Maybe you could give Njoku... my bad, I'm kicking my camera. Maybe you could give Njoku in the 4th for like a second. I would be cool with that. Yeah, maybe you could give Njoku in the 4th for like a second. Something like that, but I would prefer a top 100 pick regardless. Maybe if it's the first pick in the 3rd round, cool with that. But something like that, of that nature, I think is fair value. I don't want to lose Njoku for like a 4th. Like, nah, we could just keep him at that point, or for like a 5th. He's too good to lose him for like a 4th or a 5th. You got to get a 2nd or a 3rd for him, because that's gonna turn somebody offense up. Like, you getting Njoku on, what's a good example? Who need a tight end? Who Who need a tight end? Like, you get Njoku on like the Seahawks, or I know they got AJ Barner, but you get him on like the Seahawks. This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. You know, we make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So, you know, we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition. So unfortunately, this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. That's gonna be nasty. Or what's another title? What's another thing? Or the Jags. You getting a Njoku on the Jaguars? I don't want to keep trading with the Jaguars though, man. You get like the third or second from the Jaguars for David Njoku. That's the Jaguars gonna keep putting in the Trevor Lawrence, but he got dumb weapons, man. Trevor Lawrence ain't that good, but he got some talent over there. Travis Etienne, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. If they get David Njoku over there, the Jaguars gonna be serious. But it's gonna be them having to realize Trevor Lawrence ain't that guy. So, or maybe he becomes and develop into that guy, because it's gonna look like almost like how he was in college. To be honest, he got nothing but super duper weapons. So now he could just be good. And him being good gonna probably be enough because he's so big, he can run. He got talent, but he's just not consistently good. So it's gonna be interesting though. If I was the Jaguars or the Seahawks, I would look to get like a David Njoku. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. So I wouldn't trade him to Cincinnati. That would be crazy. That would be nasty. They trade him to Cincinnati. Like, I'm trying to think of any other teams that would make sense that's on the come up. Like, you know, the Texans, they got a tight end, kind of. The Lions got a tight end. You could trade them to the Bucks. That'd be nasty. Get like a second from the Bucks and get Baker back with Njoku, Evans, Mecca, Chris Godwin. They might go somewhere, because they'd be able to compete with pretty much any offense. They'd be able to compete. But yeah, I'm over here daydreaming about the Baker and David Njoku playing again. That'd be raw though. But regardless of the fact, we got Njoku. You know, you got Joel Bitonio. I think I wouldn't trade Joel Bitonio. I know Denzel Ward is in there as a guy I wouldn't really trade. But I would get David Njoku up out of here though, for sure. Probably for sure, I would get him up out of here. I don't know who else I would willingly just let go, but you know, we trying to get talent and get picks together. Jerry Jeudy, if we could get a fourth for a third, if we could get a third, like how they love to just do shit with third round picks. Excuse my language, I gotta stop cussing. I would give up Jerry Jeudy. Like, hey, Jerry Jeudy, just go somewhere else, buddy. The way you playing, bro, we can't rely on you. Let's just get somebody else some targets. Let's let Isaiah Bond get some work in. Shout out to Isaiah Bond. Let's let Jamari Thrash get some work in, man. You know, like, can't keep wasting snaps on Jerry Jeudy, y'all. So Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, I'll probably send Jerry Jeudy to something like high explode, like to the Bills. Send Jerry Jeudy to the Bills. Send Jerry Jeudy somewhere like that where he could go be like the 2 or 3. Send Jerry Jeudy to the Texans. Somewhere like that. That'd be smooth for him. Or to the Seahawks. That'd be smooth for him. But regardless, or maybe somebody get hurt and they trade for him. You know, maybe a good team had to trade for him, make a move for him. But hey, I'll be cool with seeing Jerry walk. Trying to think if there's anybody else on the offense. Wyatt Teller, I feel like it's not doing enough, but he been here for so long that it's like, who you gonna replace him with? You might as well keep Wyatt Teller. So I want to trade Wyatt Teller, but Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, our main offensive guys, I would get them up out of here, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. Y'all comment down below how y'all feel about it. Y'all agree, disagree. It's your boy Will. I'm out.